Okay, today we're going to be talking about growing seeds. As you've probably noticed, vegetable seedlings are the new toilet paper. Everyone's rushing to buy them, so they're in relatively short supply at the moment. We are trying as hard as we can to get more in, and we will do, but certainly to supplement your vegetables, why not try seeds? And it's a little bit of a forgotten art. It is simple, but there are some schoolboy and schoolgirl errors that you can make that can make it a bit difficult. But I'm here to help you work it all out. Okay, so first of all is that you want to have plants that are appropriate for the season. So most of the fruiting plants, tomatoes, eggplants and stuff like that, and whilst you might see a neighbour that's successfully growing them, most of those things don't really go this well this time of year. And it really is all about the edible greens, the green leafy vegetables. The cabbage family is fantastic this time, loves this time of year. And a lot of the root vegetables go very well this time of year as well. So there's turnips and carrots, beetroot, swedes, that kind of stuff. And the onion family also goes very well. So choosing the right things. When you look at a packet of seeds, also have a look on the back in terms of the sow-by date, because seeds last for a long time. They're little powerhouses of life, ready to go, but they do have a kind of a time limit. So just make sure that they are the ones that you've got in your cupboard are actually still viable, because you can waste a lot of time growing something that isn't going to work. So the first choice that you have is whether you're going to put something directly in the ground or whether you're going to grow it in a little container first. Most of the root vegetables, you actually have to plant those straight in the ground, because if you try and grow them in a little seed tray and then plant them out, you damage those little roots and they don't really develop properly. So that's kind of a must. A lot of them, it's actually easier to start them off in seed trays, because their first few moments, first week or two, they are very tender little things, and if you have adverse weather conditions, marauding animals or whatever, it can all be over. So to have them in a nice contained area with the climate reasonably well controlled by you, gentle watering, all that kind of stuff, really helps the success. As an example, here are some seeds that I planted last week. So these are 8 days old. So this is wild rocket, already up, and these will be ready to sort of prick out, plant out in about probably a couple of weeks' time. Okay, so it starts here. This is how you might do one of these. So this is actually a seed raising mix. Okay, so seed raising is very, very, very fine. Okay, and this is good for growing fine seeds. Okay, and most seeds, as a rule of thumb, most seeds like to be to a depth of about twice the, I'm doing a lettuce here, they like to be to twice the depth of the size of the seed, if that makes sense. There you go. And they're quite tiny. See how small they are? There we go. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take my little dibbler and I'm just going to make a little line down here. I'm actually going to plant loads, but if you industrial quantities, but for you might just do this in a little pot or a few pots, and you could actually just plant, say, 5 or 6 in a little plot. Try and space them out, and then once they get to 3 centimeters high, that kind of, then you can sort of plant them out. I'm actually going to do heaps Okay, so I've got a whole bunch there. And then I'm just gonna go grab some between my thumb and forefinger, and I'm just going like this, and I'm really using that line more as just a keeping me straight so that I know what I'm doing. And as I slowly move my fingers from side to side, and with incredible accuracy, or not, they kind of drop out, and then we're almost there. Now lettuces like it to be kind of below 20 degrees to germinate. So sometimes I give them a little bit of water, cold water, which can help. But it's kind of, I found that this time of year they generally work okay. But if it's exceptionally warm, then cold water and keep it in a cool spot can help. They do like a bit of light. And then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to go and then just give them a gentle water with my empty watering can.